Most people think growing food requires full sunlight all day long. So when they look at their backyard and see trees blocking the light, when their balcony only gets a few hours of sun, or when one side of the yard stays in shadow most of the day, they assume gardening is impossible. And that's exactly why so many shaded spaces go completely unused. But here's what most people never realize. Some vegetables actually prefer shade. In fact, certain crops become more tender, sweeter, and easier to grow when protected from intense summer sun. While heat burns delicate leaves and causes plants to bolt, these vegetables keep producing quietly in cooler conditions. Today, we're counting down 10 vegetables that thrive in shade. And make sure you stay until number 5, because most people accidentally destroy that plant with too much sunlight. And number 1 may completely change how you think about shaded spaces forever. If you enjoy learning how to grow more food with less struggle, subscribe now and join our growing community. Let's begin. At number 10, we have radishes, one of the fastest and easiest vegetables you can grow in partial shade. Most people think radishes need blazing sunlight to develop properly, but in reality, too much heat can ruin them. Hot temperatures often cause radishes to become woody, bitter, or overly spicy. Shade helps slow that process down, allowing the roots to stay tender and crisp for longer. That makes radishes one of the smartest crops for shaded backyards and cool corners of the garden. Another reason radishes are so valuable is speed. Some varieties mature in less than a month, meaning you can go from seed to harvest incredibly fast. That quick reward is perfect for beginners because it builds confidence immediately. Radishes also help loosen compact soil with their root systems, improving growing conditions for future crops. And they don't demand much space. Containers, raised beds, small garden strips, radishes adapt almost anywhere. Slice them fresh into salads, roast them for a milder flavor, or pickle them for long-term storage. They prove something important right from the start of this list. Shade does not mean failure. Sometimes it creates better food. At number 9, we have green onions, one of the simplest and most reliable shade-friendly crops you can grow. Green onions do not require intense sunlight to stay productive, which makes them perfect for patios, balconies, and partially shaded gardens. In fact, harsh heat can sometimes stress them unnecessarily, while gentler light allows steady growth over time. One of the reasons green onions are so popular is because they fit almost any gardening style. You can grow them from seed, from starter plants, or even regrow them from grocery store scraps. Cut off the white root base, place it in water or soil, and fresh green shoots begin returning again and again. It almost feels like a trick the first time you see it happen. Green onions are also highly practical in the kitchen. Soups, eggs, stir-fries, salads, noodles. Few vegetables are used as often or as easily. And because they grow vertically, they take up very little room. That means even a small shaded space can become productive. For people who think they need a large, sunny yard to grow food, green onions offer a completely different reality. A tiny corner and a little patience are often enough. At number 8 is Swiss chard, one of the most beautiful and resilient leafy greens in gardening. While many greens struggle when sunlight becomes too intense or temperatures rise too high, Swiss chard handles partial shade with remarkable ease. In fact, shade can help keep the leaves softer and more tender during warm weather. Another reason Swiss chard stands out is visual impact. Its colorful stems, red, yellow, orange, pink, make it look almost ornamental. Many people grow it for appearance and later realize it is also one of the most productive vegetables in the garden. Harvest the outer leaves while leaving the center intact, and the plant keeps producing for months. That repeated harvest system turns one planting into long-term food production. Swiss chard is also extremely versatile in cooking. Sauté it with garlic, add it to soups, mix it into pasta, or use it anywhere spinach would normally go. Nutritionally, it delivers vitamins, minerals, and fiber while thriving in conditions that frustrate other greens. Swiss chard teaches an important lesson. Shaded gardens do not have to look weak or empty. They can be colorful, abundant, and highly productive. At number 7, we have beets, one of the smartest dual-purpose crops for shaded gardens. Most people focus only on the root, but beet greens are edible too, which means one plant can provide 2 separate harvests. In partial shade, beets often grow more slowly, but that slower growth can actually improve tenderness and flavor. Extreme heat frequently causes stress in root crops, while cooler, shaded conditions help maintain quality. Beet greens are especially valuable because they continue providing food even before the root is ready. Harvest a few leaves at a time, and the plant continues growing underneath. This creates a steady flow of fresh greens, while the beet itself develops below the soil. Beets are also highly nutritious, packed with minerals and natural pigments that have made them increasingly popular in health-focused diets. Roast them, pickle them, juice them, or slice the greens into salads and sautés. For shaded gardens, beets offer efficiency. They maximize space, provide multiple harvests, and perform surprisingly well without full sunlight. They prove that shade does not have to limit productivity. It simply changes which crops perform best. At number 6 is kale, one of the toughest leafy greens you can grow. Kale is famous for surviving cold weather, but many people overlook another advantage. It also handles partial shade extremely well. In fact, during hot summers, some shade can improve kale dramatically. Intense sunlight and heat often make leafy greens bitter or stressed. Partial shade helps kale stay tender, hydrated, and productive for longer periods. This is especially important in warmer climates where full afternoon sun can become brutal. Another reason kale thrives in shaded gardens is its harvest style. You do not remove the whole plant at once. Instead, You pick the outer leaves while the center continues producing new growth. That means one healthy kale plant can provide food for months. Kale is also packed with nutrients, fiber, vitamins, minerals, and plant compounds that have made it one of the most respected greens in modern nutrition. Blend it into smoothies, bake it into chips, sauté it, or add it to soups and pasta. Kale transforms shade from a limitation into an advantage. Instead of fighting the environment, it works with it. Now we reach number 5, and this may be the most misunderstood plant on the entire list: lettuce. Most people assume lettuce needs full sun to grow properly. But in reality, too much heat and sunlight are exactly what ruin it. When temperatures rise, lettuce bolts quickly, sending up flower stalks and turning bitter. That soft, sweet texture people love disappears fast under intense summer conditions. Shade changes everything. Partial shade helps lettuce stay cooler, slower growing, and more tender. That means longer harvests and better flavor. And because lettuce grows quickly, it becomes one of the most rewarding crops for shaded gardens. Another major advantage is the cut and come again method. Instead of harvesting the whole plant, you remove outer leaves while allowing the center to keep growing. This creates continuous harvests from the same planting. Lettuce also works beautifully in containers, raised beds, vertical systems, and balcony gardens. For many people, shaded areas become the perfect place to grow the very crop they thought required full sunlight. Lettuce proves that gardening success is not always about more sun. Sometimes, it's about the right amount of sun. At number 4, we have Bok Choy, a fast-growing leafy vegetable that performs exceptionally well in partial shade. Bok choy belongs to the brassica family, alongside cabbage and broccoli, but it often grows faster and adapts more easily to small spaces. One of its greatest strengths is cool weather tolerance. Too much heat can cause bok choy to bolt rapidly, ending the harvest early. Shade helps prevent that stress, allowing leaves and stems to stay crisp and tender longer. This makes bok choy an ideal crop for warmer climates where direct summer sun becomes overwhelming. Bok choy also grows quickly, which means gardeners can harvest usable food in a relatively short time. Stir-fries, soups, noodle dishes, roasted vegetables. It fits into many meals while adding freshness and texture. Another advantage is density. Bok choy packs a surprising amount of edible material into a compact footprint, making it perfect for containers and urban gardens. In shaded spaces where people assume food production will struggle, bok choy often thrives quietly and efficiently. It is one of the best examples of how smart crop selection can completely transform difficult growing conditions. Now we move into the top 3. And this next plant completely changes how people think about shade gardening. Spinach. Traditional spinach is famous for struggling in heat. As temperatures rise, it bolts quickly, becomes bitter, and often fails before summer even begins. That is why partial shade becomes so valuable. Shade protects spinach from intense afternoon sun, helping leaves stay tender and productive much longer. For gardeners frustrated by short spinach seasons, this can feel like a breakthrough. Instead of losing the crop early, you extend the harvest significantly. Spinach is also incredibly nutrient-dense, containing iron, vitamins, and minerals that make it one of the healthiest leafy greens available. Use it fresh in salads, blend it into smoothies, stir it into soups, or sauté it lightly with garlic and olive oil. Another reason spinach is so effective in shade is efficiency. It grows relatively quickly and fits easily into containers, raised beds, and small garden corners. In many cases, the shaded side of a house may actually grow better spinach than the sunny side. That completely changes the way people view bad garden spaces. At number 2, we have mint. One of the easiest plants to grow almost anywhere. Mint is famous for surviving conditions that would challenge many other herbs, including partial shade. In fact, too much intense heat can dry mint out quickly, while gentler shaded conditions often help it stay lush and vibrant. This is one reason mint spreads so aggressively. It adapts extremely well. Many gardeners actually have the opposite problem with mint. It grows too successfully. That is why containers are often recommended. But when controlled properly, mint becomes an incredible low-maintenance crop. Harvest it repeatedly for teas, drinks, desserts, sauces, and fresh flavor throughout the season. Mint also brings sensory value to a garden. Its scent transforms shaded spaces into places people enjoy spending time in. That matters more than most realize. Gardening is not only about calories, it is also about comfort, atmosphere, and daily enjoyment. Mint turns forgotten corners into living spaces, and because it tolerates shade so well, it helps prove that productive gardening does not always require perfect conditions. And finally, number 1, the plant that surprises almost everyone, arugula. Many people assume arugula should be grown in full sun like other salad greens, but intense heat is exactly what causes problems. Too much sun often makes arugula bolt rapidly and develop an overpowering bitterness. Partial shade changes the entire experience. The leaves stay milder, more tender, and harvestable for much longer. That means shaded conditions can actually improve both flavor and productivity. Arugula also grows incredibly fast, making it one of the quickest ways to turn unused shaded space into edible food. Its peppery flavor adds intensity to salads, sandwiches, pizzas, and pasta dishes, giving meals a fresh, restaurant-quality feel straight from the garden. Another advantage is repeated harvesting. Like lettuce and kale, arugula can often be harvested leaf by leaf, allowing continuous growth over time. And because it performs so well in cooler, lower light conditions, it becomes the perfect symbol for this entire list. Shade is not dead space. It is opportunity. Once you understand which plants thrive there, the entire garden changes. Now step back and look at what these 10 plants reveal. Most people see shade as a gardening problem, a limitation, a reason not to grow. But smart gardeners see something different. They see untapped space. They understand that every environment has strengths if you choose the right crops. Radishes stay tender, green onions keep growing, Swiss chard stays productive, Beets develop slowly and steadily. Kale avoids heat stress. Lettuce lasts longer. Bok Choy stays crisp. Spinach survives deeper into the season. Mint turns shade into abundance. And arugula becomes sweeter and more productive away from brutal sun. This is the real secret of gardening. Success is not about forcing plants into the wrong conditions. It's about matching the right plants to the environment you already have. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe now and tell us in the comments, which shade-loving plant would you grow first? A shady backyard can still produce an impressive amount of fresh food when you choose the right vegetables. But sunlight isn't the only challenge gardeners face. Pests can quietly destroy weeks of growth before most people even notice. Fortunately, some plants do far more than just grow. They actively protect the entire garden, naturally repelling harmful insects and helping nearby crops stay healthier, stronger, and far more productive. Most gardens don't fail because of weather. They fail because something is quietly destroying them every single night. Not storms, not drought, but invisible enemies you rarely see. Tiny insects feeding under your leaves. Rabbits and rodents appear while you are sleeping. You plant, you water, you wait. And then one morning, it's gone. Most people fight back the hard way. Sprays, chemicals, constant monitoring. But what if that's the wrong approach? What if your garden didn't need protection because it could defend itself? Today, we're counting down 10 powerful plants that naturally repel insects and animals, turning your garden into a system that protects itself 24/7. And stay until number 4. Because that plant is so powerful, some gardeners say it changed their entire harvest. And number 1? It doesn't just protect your plants, it protects you. Let's begin. At number 10, marigolds. Most beginners walk right past this plant. It looks simple, decorative, almost too basic to matter. But that assumption is exactly why so many gardens fail without understanding why. Because the real battle in your garden doesn't happen above the soil. It happens below it, hidden from view. Marigolds release natural compounds through their roots that target nematodes, microscopic pests that attack plant roots silently. You won't see them, you won't catch them, but they can slowly destroy your crops from underneath until one day, your plants just stop growing. Leaves turn yellow, growth stalls, and most people blame water or soil, but it's already too late. Marigolds interrupt that entire process before it even begins. And above the soil, they're just as powerful. Their scent confuses and repels common pests like aphids and whiteflies, making it harder for infestations to start. Some gardeners report noticeably fewer pest problems within weeks of adding marigolds. But what makes them truly powerful is how effortless they are. No complex setup, no maintenance routine. Just plant them along the edges or between your crops, and they quietly build a defensive barrier. They don't demand attention. They don't need constant care, but they work non-stop. And that's what makes them dangerous to pests. At number 9, mint. This is where things start to get aggressive, because mint doesn't just repel pests, it overwhelms them. To humans, mint smells clean and refreshing, but to insects and small animals, it's intense, almost unbearable. Ants, mosquitoes, even rodents tend to avoid areas where mint is growing. Some gardeners have actually observed ants reaching a patch of mint and turning around. That's how strong the scent barrier can be. But here's the part most people don't expect. Mint doesn't just fight your enemies. If you're not careful, it can take over your entire garden. It spreads fast, extremely fast. Plant it directly in the ground, and it can quickly dominate everything around it. That's why experienced gardeners treat mint differently. They contain it. Pots, raised beds, controlled zones. This turns mint into a strategic weapon. Place it near entry points, along borders, anywhere pests are likely to enter. And suddenly, you've created a living barrier that works 24/7 without ever turning off. And while it's protecting your garden, it's also giving you something back. Fresh leaves for tea, drinks, and cooking. This is where smart gardening begins. When one plant does multiple jobs without adding extra work. At number 8, basil. Most people grow basil for flavor, but they underestimate what it's really doing. Basil produces a strong aroma that repels flies and mosquitoes, which already makes it valuable around patios and outdoor spaces. But its real strength shows up when it's planted next to other crops, especially tomatoes. Many gardeners have noticed something interesting. Tomatoes grown near basil often appear healthier, with fewer pest problems. Not because basil is killing insects directly, but because it's changing the environment. It's making your garden less inviting. And that shift is powerful. Because instead of constantly fighting pests, you're preventing them from wanting to be there in the first place. Basil also grows fast in warm conditions, which means it becomes effective quickly. And here's the part that makes it even better. The more you harvest basil, the more it grows. Trimming it encourages new growth, making the plant fuller, stronger, and even more productive. So every time you use it in your kitchen, you're actually improving your garden's defense system. That's efficiency most people never think about. Protection that increases when you use it. At number 7, chives. This is where subtlety becomes power. Chives don't look intimidating. They're small, thin, almost fragile. But their strength comes from something you can't ignore: their scent. Chives belong to the allium family, alongside onions and garlic. And that signature smell? It's a warning signal to many pests. Aphids, beetles, and other insects tend to avoid areas where alliums are growing. It's not dramatic. You won't see pests running away. But over time, their presence decreases. And that's exactly what you want. What makes chives especially valuable is how low effort they are. Plant them once, and they come back year after year. No replanting, no constant care. Just a long-term defensive layer built into your garden. Some gardeners even plant chives around fruit trees to reduce pest pressure over time. And while they're protecting your crops, you're harvesting fresh herbs for your meals. Eggs, soups, potatoes, simple additions that come straight from your garden. This is where gardening becomes efficient, where every plant has a role and nothing is wasted. At number 6, lavender. This plant changes the atmosphere of your garden, literally. To humans, lavender is calming, relaxing, peaceful. But to many pests, it's the opposite. Mosquitoes, moths, fleas, they tend to avoid it. But lavender doesn't just repel, it attracts. Bees and pollinators are drawn to it, which means your garden becomes more active, more productive, more alive. And that creates a powerful balance. Fewer harmful insects, more beneficial ones. That's how natural systems are supposed to work. And lavender supports that system effortlessly. But there's another reason it stands out: resilience. Lavender thrives in dry, hot conditions. While other plants begin to struggle, lavender continues to grow. That means your defense system doesn't collapse when the weather gets harsh. In fact, it becomes more reliable. Less water, less maintenance, more stability. And over time, that consistency makes a difference. Because the strongest gardens aren't the ones that look perfect in spring. They're the ones that survive summer. At number 5, rosemary. This is where defense becomes long-term strategy. Rosemary isn't just a seasonal plant. In the right conditions, it can live for years. That alone changes how you think about your garden. Because instead of replanting defenses every season, you're building something permanent. Rosemary's strong, woody scent repels pests like cabbage moths and carrot flies. But its real advantage shows up over time. As it grows, it becomes more established, more resilient, and often more aromatic. Some gardeners say rosemary becomes even stronger in hot weather, exactly when pests are most active. That means your protection increases when you need it most. And unlike many plants, rosemary doesn't require constant attention. It handles dry conditions well and continues growing with minimal care. And while it's protecting your crops, it's also adding value in your kitchen. It's one of the most versatile herbs you can grow. So you're not just planting for defense. You're investing in something that keeps giving back, season after season. At number 4, garlic. This is one of the most powerful natural defenses you can grow. Garlic doesn't just repel pests, it creates an environment they struggle to survive in. Its sulfur compounds affect a wide range of problems: aphids, mites, beetles, even certain fungal issues. Some gardeners go even further and turn garlic into spray, using it as a natural pesticide. But even without that, garlic is constantly working, above ground and below. And here's what makes it especially effective: time. Garlic stays in the ground for months. That means long-term protection without needing to reapply or replace anything. While sprays wear off, garlic keeps going, quietly, consistently. And when harvest season arrives, you're not just pulling out a defense system, You're harvesting one of the most essential foods in the world, used in almost every cuisine, every culture. Strong, simple, and incredibly effective. Garlic doesn't just protect your garden, it strengthens it. At number 3, nasturtium. This is where strategy changes completely. Because instead of pushing pests away, this plant pulls them in, on purpose. Aphids, caterpillars, and other insects are drawn to nasturtiums. And that's exactly the point. Instead of attacking your main crops, they focus somewhere else. This is known as trap cropping, and it's one of the smartest techniques in gardening. You're not trying to eliminate pests, you're controlling their behavior, redirecting them. Some gardeners say this one strategy saved entire harvests, because instead of losing everything, they allowed one plant to take the hit. And that changes everything, because now damage is controlled, predictable, manageable. And the best part? Nasturtiums are edible, leaves and flowers. So even your decoy plant still gives you value. This is what high-level gardening looks like. Not fighting nature, but guiding it. At number 2, onions. Another member of the allium family, another powerful scent-based defense. But onions bring something extra: coverage. When you plant onions throughout your garden, you create multiple layers of protection. Not just one barrier, but many. This makes it difficult for pests to settle in any one area, because everywhere they go, they encounter resistance. And that constant disruption reduces infestations over time. Onions are also incredibly practical. They store well. They're used in almost every meal, and they grow reliably in a wide range of conditions. That means every plant has value beyond protection. And when combined with other plants on this list, onions help create a system. Not just individual defenses, but a network. And that's where real strength comes from. And finally, number 1, lemongrass. This plant doesn't just protect your garden, it changes your entire outdoor experience. Lemongrass contains citronella, the same compound used in mosquito repellents. That means fewer mosquitoes, fewer bites, more comfort. Some gardeners say just adding a few plants made a noticeable difference in how often they were bothered outside. But lemongrass doesn't stop there. It grows fast, thrives in heat, and forms dense clusters that act like a natural barrier. So while it's repelling insects, it's also shaping the structure of your garden. And in the kitchen, it's incredibly useful, especially in soups, teas, and many flavorful dishes. So it's protecting your space, feeding you, and improving your environment at the same time. That's why it takes the number 1 spot. Because it doesn't just defend your garden, it upgrades your entire lifestyle. Now step back and look at this. Most people wait for problems, then try to fix them. But smart gardeners prevent them. They design their garden to defend itself, layer by layer, plant by plant. And once you do that, everything changes. Less stress, fewer losses, more harvest. Because you're no longer fighting nature, you're working with it. So before you plant anything this season, ask yourself, will your garden survive or defend itself? If you enjoyed this video, subscribe now and tell us in the comments, which of these plants would you add first? Because the difference between a struggling garden and a thriving one might be just one plant away. Protecting your garden naturally is one of the smartest ways to grow healthier, more productive crops without relying on chemicals. But productivity isn't just about quantity, it's also about nutrition. Some vegetables don't just survive and thrive in the garden, they deliver astonishing amounts of protein for their calories, outperforming even beef in ways that surprise most people who discover them for the first time. What if I told you that some of the most powerful protein foods on Earth don't come from animals at all? Not steak, not chicken, not eggs, but vegetables. Most people still believe protein only comes from meat, and that vegetables are nothing more than side dishes. But that belief is outdated. When measured calorie for calorie, several vegetables contain an impressive protein density that can rival or even surpass beef, while also delivering fiber, vitamins, antioxidants, and minerals that meat simply does not provide. In other words, these foods don't just give you protein, they give you complete nutritional power. Today, we're counting down 10 vegetables with protein levels so surprising, they may completely change the way you think about food. And make sure you stay until number 5, because that vegetable may be the most important on this entire list, yet most people completely ignore it. If you enjoy learning how food can build health, save money, and even help you grow your own future supply, subscribe now and join our growing community. Let's start with number 10, spinach. One of the most underestimated foods in the world. For decades, spinach has been associated with strength, and while many people remember the cartoon image of Popeye gaining instant power, modern nutrition reveals that the real story is even more impressive. Spinach contains a remarkable amount of protein for such a low-calorie food, making it one of the most efficient greens you can eat. But protein is only part of the story. Spinach is also rich in iron, magnesium, folate, potassium, and vitamin K, nutrients that help support muscle contraction, energy production, blood health, and strong bones. That means spinach doesn't just fill space on a plate. It actively supports the body systems that keep you functioning. Another reason spinach is so valuable is versatility. You can blend it into smoothies, sauté it with garlic, stir it into soups, fold it into eggs, or eat it fresh in salads. Few foods adapt this easily. And unlike heavy meals that often leave people sluggish, spinach can leave you feeling light, energized, and ready to move. It proves something important. Strength doesn't always come from heavy food. Sometimes it comes from smart food. Next up is number 9, kale. a vegetable that went from garnish to superstar. And once you understand what kale offers, that rise makes perfect sense. Kale delivers a strong protein profile relative to calories, meaning you get meaningful nutrition without excess energy intake. But kale goes far beyond protein. It contains calcium, vitamin C, vitamin A, potassium, and antioxidant compounds that help the body recover from daily stress. In practical terms, kale supports immunity, bone strength, hydration balance, and recovery, while also contributing to muscle-supporting protein intake. That combination is rare. Many foods provide protein. Others provide vitamins. Kale provides both. Another reason kale became so popular is how resilient it is. Kale thrives in cool weather, survives frost, and often tastes sweeter after the cold. Gardeners love it because one planting can keep producing for months. Consumers love it because it can be massaged into salads, sautéed with olive oil, blended into smoothies, or baked into crispy chips. Kale challenges the old idea that healthy food must be boring or weak. It can be satisfying, flavorful, and deeply nourishing all at once. Now we move on to number 8. Brussels sprouts. One of the greatest comeback foods in modern kitchens. Once disliked by children everywhere, Brussels sprouts are now prized by chefs and nutrition experts alike. These tiny cabbage relatives deliver an impressive amount of protein for their calorie level, but that is only the beginning. They also contain fiber, vitamin K, vitamin C, and antioxidant compounds associated with long-term wellness. Because Brussels sprouts are dense and filling, they help people feel satisfied while still eating nutrient-rich meals. That matters more than most realize. Hunger often drives bad choices. Filling foods often support better habits. When roasted properly, Brussels sprouts become crispy on the outside, tender on the inside, and rich in flavor. Add olive oil, garlic, herbs, or balsamic glaze, and they become a favorite rather than a punishment. What makes them so powerful is that they prove size means nothing in nutrition. Some of the smallest vegetables in the grocery store can carry some of the biggest benefits. They are compact, efficient, and surprisingly strong. Next up is number 7, asparagus. Next is asparagus, a food often associated with elegant dinners and restaurant plates, yet rarely recognized for its nutritional power. Asparagus provides notable protein density while staying extremely low in calories, making it ideal for those who want lean nutrition. It is also rich in folate, vitamin K, and hydration-supporting minerals. Because asparagus contains both fiber and water, it helps create fullness without heaviness. That is an underrated advantage. Many people eat foods that satisfy briefly, but leave them tired afterward. Asparagus often does the opposite. It supports satiety while helping people feel refreshed and energized. Its mild flavor also makes it highly adaptable. Grill it, roast it, steam it, or add it to omelets, pasta, and grain bowls. Beyond nutrition, asparagus has another hidden advantage. It is a perennial crop. Once established in a garden, it can return year after year. Even the plant itself represents efficiency. Asparagus reminds us that some of the best foods are not flashy. They are steady, elegant, and quietly effective. Now at number 6, we have Bok Choy, a vegetable treasured across Asia for generations and now gaining appreciation around the world. Bok Choy offers notable protein density while remaining light, crisp, and refreshing. It also provides calcium, vitamin C, folate, and hydration through its naturally high water content. That makes it an ideal food for people who want strength without heaviness. Bok Choy cooks quickly, which makes it perfect for busy lives. Add it to soups, stir-fries, noodle dishes, or simply sauté it with garlic and olive oil. Its stems stay crisp, while the leaves become tender, creating a texture combination few vegetables can match. What makes Bok Choy especially interesting is how traditional cultures understood its value long before nutrition labels existed. They knew nourishment was not just about calories. It was about vitality, balance, and longevity. Today, science is simply catching up. Bok Choy proves that some of the wisest foods are the ones trusted for centuries. Now we reach number 5, perhaps the most important vegetable on this list. Not because it is famous, not because restaurants talk about it, but because it combines protein, minerals, resilience, and healing compounds in one overlooked package. Mustard greens may not be trendy, but nutritionally, they deserve serious respect. These peppery leafy greens contain impressive protein density, along with vitamins A, C, and K, plus calcium and plant compounds linked to natural detoxification pathways. Their bold flavor sets them apart from milder greens, bringing energy and character to meals. And often, strong flavors signal something important. Many intensely flavored plants contain protective compounds science continues to study. Mustard greens can be sautéed, added to soups, mixed into rice dishes, or eaten young in salads. They are especially valuable because they upgrade simple meals instantly. Add them to beans, potatoes, grains, or eggs, and the whole plate improves. In a world full of processed protein products made in factories, mustard greens offer something different: real nourishment from the soil. Minimal processing, maximum value. That is why number 5 may be the most important of them all. Coming in at number 4 is broccoli, a vegetable many people misunderstood as children, but deeply appreciate as adults. Broccoli contains more nutritional intelligence than most people realize. Calorie for calorie, it offers impressive protein density, while also delivering fiber, vitamin C, folate, potassium, and one of its most studied compounds, sulforaphane. That natural compound has drawn attention for helping the body defend itself against cellular stress. In simple terms, broccoli does more than feed you. It helps protect you. Protein supports repair and growth. Fiber supports digestion and fullness. Vitamin C supports immunity and collagen production. When one food contributes to all three, it becomes extremely valuable. Broccoli is also one of the smartest foods for people trying to improve body composition. It fills the stomach, satisfies hunger, and delivers serious nutrition without overwhelming calories. You can steam it, roast it, stir-fry it, blend it into soups, or pair it with grains and legumes for complete meals. The truth is, broccoli is not a punishment food from childhood. It is one of the smartest foods an adult can choose. Now we move into the top 3, and this next one surprises almost everyone. Watercress is one of the most nutrient-dense vegetables on Earth, yet many people walk past it without a second glance. This peppery green may look delicate, but it carries extraordinary value. It contains meaningful protein density along with vitamin K, vitamin C, antioxidants, and minerals that support overall health. Because it is so low in calories, every bite works incredibly hard nutritionally. That is what nutrient density means: maximum return for minimal intake. Watercress has been valued for centuries and was once prized by workers and laborers for its energizing qualities. Modern nutrition rankings often place it near the very top of healthy foods. It can be added to salads, layered into sandwiches, blended into soups, or used fresh as a finishing green. Its sharp flavor wakes up any meal instantly. Watercress teaches an important lesson: appearance can deceive. Some of the most powerful foods are not dramatic or expensive. They are humble, overlooked, and quietly extraordinary. At number 2, we have green peas. One of the most practical and underrated protein foods available. Though technically legumes, peas are commonly eaten as vegetables and absolutely deserve their place here. Green peas contain significantly more protein than most vegetables, while also providing slow-digesting carbohydrates, fiber, iron, and valuable micronutrients. That combination makes them especially useful for sustained energy. Unlike foods that create a quick spike and fast crash, peas help provide steadier fuel. They can support workouts, active jobs, busy family schedules, and long days when you need energy that lasts. Their natural sweetness also makes them easy to enjoy, even for people who normally avoid vegetables. Add peas to soups, rice dishes, pasta, curries, casseroles, or simply enjoy them as a side. Another advantage is affordability. Peas are widely available frozen, meaning serious nutrition can be stored conveniently and used anytime. For athletes, busy families, and budget-conscious eaters, peas are one of the smartest foods in the freezer aisle. They are practical strength in small, green form. And finally, number 1, the protein champion of this list, edamame. Young soybeans served fresh or lightly steamed, edamame is one of the most powerful plant foods commonly eaten as a vegetable. It delivers exceptional protein levels and is considered a complete protein source, meaning it provides all essential amino acids the body needs. That alone makes it remarkable. But edamame also brings fiber, magnesium, iron, potassium, and a satisfying texture that makes meals feel substantial. Few foods combine convenience and quality this well. You can steam it in minutes, sprinkle it with sea salt, add it to salads, grain bowls, stir-fries, or enjoy it alone as a snack. For many people, edamame becomes the moment they realize plant foods can be genuinely filling and performance-oriented. This is not rabbit food. This is real fuel. It challenges the old belief that strength must come from meat. Sometimes, strength grows in pods. Now step back and look at what this list truly reveals. For years, many people were taught one simple formula: protein equals meat. But nature has always been more diverse than that. Protein exists in leaves, stems, pods, sprouts, and greens. And when that protein arrives packaged with fiber, antioxidants, hydration, minerals, and protective compounds, it can become one of the smartest ways to eat. This does not mean meat must disappear from your plate. It means your options are far greater than you were told. You can build strength through variety. You can fuel your body intelligently. You can eat in ways that support energy instead of draining it. So the next time someone says vegetables are weak food, remember this list. Some of the strongest foods in the world do not run, swim, or fly. They grow from the ground. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe now and tell us in the comments which vegetable surprised you the most.